the details coming in terms of constant currency and margins, etc. The commentary becomes key. Now, broadly speaking,
the EBIT, sorry, just one thing, the EBIT number is up on the screen and the margins up on the screen as well. So 8288 crores, if I'm not wrong, is the EBIT versus estimates of 300 crore lower. And as a result of which, I think the margins, despite the higher revenue, have beaten what was estimated by nearly 40 or 50 basis points. It's not turned out to be a bad quarter for Infosys at all relative to estimates.
I would say just look at the fact that even a slightly better than estimate result is seeing a resounding response from the markets.
Very likely tomorrow.
It's. I think we could stick our neck out and say that this is going to see quite a warm welcome from the markets tomorrow. I mean, we'll of course overnight see what the ADR is looking like as well when it comes to Infosys. But a good set of numbers. Net profit number also out. 6374 is what I could quickly see. Net profit at 6374 crores versus the Bloomberg estimate of 6253 crores. So it's a beat on all fronts. The first cut of Infosys is a beat on pretty much all fronts when it comes to Infy, EBIT margin at 21.1% versus the estimate of 20.7%. We'll of course wait for the management commentary and the details of the numbers as they come in. All right, we've got one more figure coming in. FY25 constant currency revenue growth is at 3 to 4%, operating margin at 22%. I reckon this is going to be something that the street will welcome, because all management is talking about, I mean, they're caveating it, saying, okay, FY25 is the year when you might see the green shoots, etc. They're being cautious in how optimistic they get with their commentary as well, Neeraj. But the fact is that you're beginning to see that turnaround, perhaps.
Yes, we very likely are. I was trying to open a sheet, Tamanna, to just try and see how is it that they have done quarter on quarter, not just relative to estimates, but even otherwise. So, and segment-wise. So, financial services, Tamanna, has actually done well. So revenues by financial services, they have done well. So it's important to note that BFSI seems to have done okay or better for Infosys QOQ versus March. So that is the first thing that stood out for me. The other aspect seems to be that on all others, high tech they've lost out a bit, life sciences is steady, others they've done okay, retail has also lost out a bit. So it's essentially BFSI, which is the fear point, which has actually done well for Infosys is June versus March. So QOQ, that is one thing to watch out for. NA has come off a little bit, Tamanna. 59.6 was the contribution by revenue by client geography. March was 59.6, the statistic, and now it's a downtick a little bit. So in constant currency terms, down to about 1.2%, which is North America, but Europe has fired like a charm, 9% growth.
Wow.
Quarter on quarter.
So that's again, to draw a parallel, not exactly apples and oranges, but we saw that in TCS as well, where the North American business suffered. It was in fact in TCS's case, the India business, which was buffering them up. But you're saying in Infosys's case, Europe is the big story for Infosys.
It has done so, and I think Rucha is here, but the large deal TCV is at $4.1 billion as well. Okay, I'm told Rucha has joined us. Yes, Rucha is with us. Rucha, what stood out for you this quarter?
Yes, so guidance has been improved from 1 to 3% to 3 to 4%, while operating margin has been maintained at 20 to 22%. Now, talking about the numbers has been a beat, revenue and EBIT margin a beat. Talking about the numbers on a quarter-on-quarter basis, revenue is up around 2.5%, EBIT is up around 5.5%, while margins are up 58 basis points. Margins have actually come out pretty well, 21.1% versus 20.1% in the previous quarter, while the street estimated the margins to be at around 20.7%. So pretty healthy beat on both the fronts, revenue as well as margin. Now talking about the profits was down around 21.5%, while the street expected profits to be down around 20%. So not a major thing over here. Now this is because last time Infosys had a one-time income of interest from from interest from income tax refund, but that is not a pretty big deal for the company. What it will, the street will be happy about is the improvement in margin, and this definitely shows that the company might have seen an uptick in the discretionary demand.
Rucha, the point is the guidance.
Yes.
Okay, Tamanna has just come into my frame, which is fine. Tamanna, can you move? Thank you so much. Okay. Now, Rucha, my simple question to you is this guidance that we're talking about. It's a sharp improvement. What do you think of it?
Yes, very, very sharp improvement. So that is what I was mentioning. We'll definitely watch out for management commentary, but I think management is definitely seeing green shoots. This is what is showing in the guidance. So if the management is expecting to have around 4% of revenue growth, this will largely be skewed towards the second half, and definitely clients are very much positive on the IT sector, and this will be confirmed in the call which we have today evening.
Okay. Rucha, anything else? So when I looked at the segmental performance, for example, not in reported terms, but in constant currency terms, the